Hi guys, this is Miss Cordero, and this is going to be a tutorial on how to use Excel to create a scatter plot and do a little bit of linear regression. So find the line of best fit and the R-squared value. Now there's already a tutorial up on how to do this on Google Sheets, so if you want to use that one, you're welcome to, but I also wanted to have this for Excel because it's a very common program that a lot of people use at their jobs and just every day. For this problem, I'm going to be using number 8. On page 383 in the Big Ideas textbook. And a little background about that is it's about an amusement park. So the table shows the attendance in thousands at an amusement park from 2004 to 2013, where x is equal to 4 represents the year 2004. It asks us to use a graphing calculator to find the equation of the line of best fit and then to find the correlation coefficient and to think about what it means. So instead of using a graphing calculator, we're going to do it on Excel. First thing first is just like Google Sheets, you're going to want to type in your x's, all your x lists. So I'm pressing 4, enter, 5, enter, 6, enter, and I'm just going to complete it until I have my entire list of x's. Then from there, I'm going to do the same thing for my y's, 850. And again, I'm getting this off of number 8 on page 383. So you can follow along as you see it on the screen, or if you want it in front of you, that's where you can find it. Okay, so once you've input your data, then it's up to putting in a scatter plot. So just so you guys don't freak out, remember that you can pause this video at any time or rewind if I'm going too quickly or you need to see something else again, okay? So just with Google Sheets, I have to tell the computer what data I want it to use. So I'm going to highlight the data I'd like to put in the scatter plot. I'm going to go to Insert, and I'm going to go over to Charts. Now Excel gives us this nice little picture cheat sheet, so I'm going to click on the one that looks like a scatter plot. Click on the actual scatter plot. And you can leave it there, you can move it, you can do whatever you want with that. So I'm going to actually make mine a little bit bigger so you can see it better on the video. But you can leave yours the same. With every graph, we need to make sure our axes are labeled and our actual chart. This problem is about amusement parks, so I'm going to label this amusement park. And in order to add the X and the Y axis titles, we're going to go over here on the top left where it says Add Chart Element. Everything you do to the graph from now on can be found here. So I'm going to go to Add Chart Element, axis title, and then I'm going to add it to the primary horizontal. This is our x-axis, so this is going to let us give our x-axis a title. In the context of this problem, the x-axis is our year, our time, and now I'm going to do the same thing for the y-axis. So I'm going to go into here. The y-axis in this case is attendance, but what's important is that it's listed in thousands. So what that means is that this is not 770 people that went, this is 770,000 people that showed up for this case, okay? Everything is labeled, so the only things that are left are our squared value and our line of best fit. So again, everything you need can be found here in this Add Chart Element button. I'm going here, and I'm going to go all the way down to trend line. For the purpose of this class, you're going to be using a linear trend line. You don't want to use a linear forecast, you're just going to stick with linear, and we haven't really done anything like exponentials, so linear is good. I click on that, and it puts my line automatically in there for me. But that's not necessarily the hard part. The hard part's always coming up with the equation, so let's have the computer find the equation and the R-squared value for us. Going back to Add Chart Element, I can go back to trend line, and now that I actually have a trend line, I can go to more trend line options. You're going to want to make sure that when it pops up here that you're in the section with the bars, because you can't see that. Now you can see. If you're here, it's not going to help you. You want to be with the bars. And now that I have a trend line, it gives me all these options. And at the very, very bottom, you can say it says Display Equation on Chart and Display R-squared value on chart. That's going to give us both of those things that we need. Now, sometimes what happens is this is blown up and it will have only up to here. If that's the case, just keep scrolling, scroll down, scroll down, scroll down until you find these two things on the bottom, and make sure to check them both. So now you can see that I have my equation and my R-squared value on my chart, and it's right here. So it tells me that my equation is y equals negative 9.5879x plus 882.9, which would be 882,000. Okay? My r squared value is 0.9285. Now that's pretty good. Remember that as close as you get to -1 or +1 means that, I'm sorry, in this case it's just +1 because this is the r squared value, means that it's a good fit for your data. So in this case, our line does fit our data pretty well. It would be a good way to project other things in the future. So this has been the tutorial on how to do scatter plots and line of best fit on Excel, not Google Sheets. I hope this is helpful for you and that you can use it in the future, and I hope you have a great day.